after I got my first Pinter, I decided I might want to get the co-Pinter, just so while the dock was sitting unused, I could have the co-Pinter utilizing it. So I went on the website and I found that in order to buy the co-Pinter, it was $149. And then, just out of curiosity, I wanted to see what the total would be, so I put it in the cart and I went to check out, and the total with tax and shipping put the final price at $175. And that was a little too steep for my budget, so I decided to start searching around, and I found this website, Mr. O Supreme. I had no idea what that meant, but it had, according to the search functions, Pinters. So I did a search on the website for Pinters, and lo and behold, they had a Pinter. They had, well, a couple. You could get a black version or the blue, and I chose the blue. The reason I was excited about it was because their listed price for the Pinter in blue or black, either one, was $69. And I thought, man, there's something going on here. Maybe they're selling knockoffs or blems or counterfeit. I didn't know. But the images and the measurements that they were giving coincided exactly with a real Pinter. And at $65, I think it was, I was willing to take the risk. So I put it in the shopping cart, and with shipping, the total came to $97. I said, I've wasted $100 on lesser things before, so why not? So I went ahead and completed the transaction. And then, to my surprise, I received the Pinter in 3 days from the date I placed the order. I was shocked because it was not something that I wanted express shipping on. I was avoiding any extra costs, so yeah, I was shocked. And thinking that it was going to be a co-Pinter, I opened it up, and lo and behold, it was the complete kit without flash screw that comes in the purchase of a kit from Pinter. So I went on Pinter's website, and just out of curiosity, I wanted to see what I would be going up against. So I decided to order just a Pinter, because they say you can get a free Pinter on their website. And so I clicked on it, and now it said, choose which brewing level you want. All right. So off the top of my head, I can't remember. They have three. There's the Pro, the Brewer, and the third one, I don't know. The Pro is, you sign up for a 12-month. Now, I might be getting these names mixed up, and so all I can tell you is there's 3 levels. You can buy a 12-month schedule, a 6-month schedule, or just buy it outright. 12-month schedule, you commit to buying 2 beer kits a month for 12 months. And if you subscribe to that, you get not only the Pinter free, but you get the co-Pinter free. The average cost per kit on their website is around $30. There's some that start at $25, and there's some that start at $38 or above. So $30 is a good in the middle average. So you're talking about 2 pints or 2 kits a month for 12 months at $60 a month. I'll let you do the math on that one and see if it's worth getting the Pinter and co-Pinter free. The 6-month is same deal, only you only get the Pinter free. So I went and I just clicked on, I just want the Pinter by itself. I don't need any kits. I've got plenty of kits, and so let me just order that. So I put it in the cart, and then I went to click on checkout, and it wouldn't let me go anywhere. It stayed there, and then I noticed this pinkish red notification bar in the middle, and it says you cannot purchase a Pinter, you cannot purchase a Pinter without selecting a brew kit. So in essence, they are saying that you can't buy it by itself. You have to commit to at least buying one. I went ahead and just out of shits and giggles, I decided to see what the cost of all of that was going to be. So I went ahead and clicked on, I think I picked Lagunitas again, which I would not do again, but I wanted to see what the total was going to be. And sure enough, when all was added up, this $199 Pinter wound up coming out at $271 with shipping, handling, tax, and the kit. They don't give you the option to just buy this by itself, and I'm sure they've got the reasons why they don't. Having all of this information, I decided, well, I'm going back to Mr. O Supreme and pick up another $100 Pinter. It comes with everything. I went onto the website, and the $100 Pinter was now $55. And I'm going, wow. I've already bought 2 Pinters from them, and I figured, well, $55, this has to be the co-Pinter. So I picked another blue one, and I put it in the basket and proceeded to check out. And the total came to $79, I believe. There's too many numbers flying around here, but it was under $80. No, I'm wrong. The original price was $55, and with the shipping and handling, it was $69. I went ahead and bought it. I placed the order on this on the 8th. On the 11th, it was at my doorstep. Not only is this a great price, but it was great service. Now comes the interesting part. I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to open it now. I don't know if it is going to be a co-pinter, but even if it is, it's still much cheaper than the Pinter website. And then the other thing I'm going to do is check to the best of my abilities to see if it is a counterfeit or blem, or maybe just they're getting rid of their pinters, because if you do a search on their website for brewing equipment, Pinter is the only thing that comes up with anything dealing with brewing. So in my thinking is that they planned on having this be a big mover for them because it's very popular at the time they were buying them, and now they've got a backload, so they're just getting rid of it because it's not a big mover in their grand scheme of things that they carry. They carry a lot of stuff, so I could see that being a possibility, that they're just getting rid of them. At the time of my last checking, they had 80 of these left in stock. So anyway, let's see what this looks like. If it's heavy enough to be a pinter. All right, let's do this in a civilized manner as possible. All right, so the obligatory spacer box. And this is what normally holds the dock. And by the weight of it, there's a dock in here. There you go. That is a dock, and it is exactly like the others. And finally we have the star of the show. Get this out of here. Oh, don't spill the beer, dude. Damn it. All right, let's see. Put this on a more stable button. All right, let's see. It's got the usual artwork inside. This is the tap handle, the cover, and the pinter. Okay, at first glance, I don't see any blemishes. I don't see anything wrong, broken, or otherwise justification for calling it a blem. So let's get this off. And just get into the innards. Yeah, this is authentic. This is a diverter to keep yeast and trub from getting back into the faucet. Let's get that off as we speak. Yeah, this is the real deal, guys. Yeah, this is it. They're new faucets. They're nice. And you see the pressure vessel inside. The outer shell is blue. Now there's one area that I'm going to check to quell my feelings about it being a counterfeit, and that is the drain plug that Pinter started putting into their new Pinter 3s. What happens is you brewed your first brew and it's all gone, and now you gotta clean it out. So you do a good cleaning, wash it out, rinse it several times, sanitize it, and get it ready for another brew. And you put it all back together and you pick it up and you notice a sloshing noise inside. What's that? And if you go on Pinter's website, they acknowledge the fact that I don't know where it's getting in, but the washing of this and rinsing it out, water does seep in between the pressure vessel and the outer shell, and it's caught in the hinterland there. And then when you shake it, you can hear it moving around. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but it can be, because the space between the pressure vessel and the shell is a dark and mostly warm environment, and water eventually will start developing mold, and you don't want that crap around your brews. So it's nice to see this. So if this was a counterfeit, I doubt that they would have gone through this trouble to machine. It's not the easiest thing to get out. There's 4 rubber feet on the bottom, okay? The one that is the drain hole is on the left rear side. So it's on this side. And if you look close enough, you can see there's a little area in there that you can get a screwdriver in. And there's your plug. So you've got a proprietary type plug for a proprietary type hole machined into this vessel to drain, or the outside shell to allow the water to drain out, okay? Once it's drained, you put the plug back in. If this were a counterfeit, I am absolutely certain that they wouldn't spend the money to engineer something like that to compete with what these guys already had. So this is a real Pinter, and it's at an unreal price. If I didn't have 3 of them already, I'd buy another one, but I don't. I've got more kegs now than I can use. So, would I recommend this? Let me just say this. I've been on YouTube for over 20 years. I've never monetized my channel. I have never had any reason to open a Patreon account, and I have no affiliates. If I recommend something, it's because I found out that it's good stuff. That being said, would I recommend this? If I were going strictly on my experience with this company, I would say hell yeah. I have ordered 3 of these things. They've all arrived within 3 days. They've all been, as far as I can tell, authentic, and they've operated as such. And you're saving a crap ton of money. So if that were all of it, I would say, hell yeah. But this is the disclaimer. When I bought the first one, I was so excited that I didn't bother to check the company. And when I ordered this one, I also did not check the company. I was just getting stuff that was what it said it was supposed to be at a very expeditious or at a very reasonable time frame. But when I did check the company, it's got one of the lowest feedback ratings on the internet. I think it's like 2.6 out of possible 5. And most of the stuff is service related, you know, they got the wrong item, or they got, it wasn't as pictured in the website. Some of them didn't get the product. I don't know if they are working on fixing that, or if they just want to get rid of these so badly that they made sure that they were being shipped as quickly as possible. But I can't categorically recommend that you go out and buy one of these unless you have the ability to gamble with $70. If you do and you like taking a risk, this is a wonderful product. It works as it should, and you get it quickly. That's all I can say about it. But if you are one that is very cautious about your investments, and I get that entirely, and I would not bother with this. Wait, see if you can find things at a lower price elsewhere. Anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I hope that this was entertaining in some manner, and I hope if you have any questions, you'll leave them. But I think it's a great, I'm just ecstatic about this. I was shocked that this was actually included, and the parts are all identical to the ones I already have. So now I have a third Pinter, and I think I might just did a stop. Actually, on more beer, I just noticed that they have a IPA that looks intriguing. It's called Buds, something Buds. It's 6.8%. I'll probably bump it up. It's a 2-gallon but I've done 2-gallon kits in the 1.5 gallon tin without any problem. You're just condensing the flavor profiles of the ingredients. So as long as you don't overfill it, the kit will function just as if it was in 2 gallons. So only it would be more condensed. Anyway, that's probably what I'm going to do. Well, I think it's time for more Irish Red Ale, and I'm going to have some time to relax a little bit before the wife gets back. So every one of you has a wonderful evening. Have fun. Be safe. This is JR10 Desert Gold out.